Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing as the Teutons, and the map is Runestones, which is essentially Arabia with more deer and a relic in the middle. And my opponent is playing as the Berbers. I don't even know how to say this name. Teutons del Gruvos. We'll go with that. He's from France, about 1100, 1200 player. And he's playing as the Berbers. Can't remember if I already said that or not. So I chose Teutons because I have been trying out more and more infantry civs since the recent buffs to the long swords line. You've seen some videos of the Malians using that extra pierce armor that they have. But the Teutons actually have additional armor on their stable and on their barracks units as well. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that a fully upgraded longswordsman has 4 regular armor and 4 pierce armor as well, which makes it for quite a tanky unit. Plus, you have the cheaper farms from the Teutons, so as long as you have, plenty of gold coming in, you should be good to go to crank out a bunch of longswords. So, getting some deer here and some sheep and everything. It's funny, I was talking with Poop Lord, and he was like, yeah, sometimes casting gets down to where you're just talking about, sheep and goats and building houses and stuff like that. And, I try to avoid that, and it still happens sometimes. And it happens to me too, because whenever it's just you casting, sometimes it's like, what is there else to talk about? Well, let me know what you want to talk about. Should we talk about how to solve world hunger, world peace, global warming? Does it exist? Does it not exist? Should we be concerned about it? Are we going to die in 20 years? Who knows? Questions. Anyway, getting back to it. Finally got my last 2 sheep there. Oh, back to talking about sheep. I'm on my way to feudal age. Let's check out how it's going with Teutons del Gruvos. He is also on his way to feudal age. The population. I have a 1 villager lead on the population, going up on 2019. Got my barracks up. And I want to open with scouts as well. It's easy. I'm getting a little lag here again. Let me slow it down. Getting a free scout kill there. It's easy to do a scout rush as Teutons because of that cheaper farm bonus. It just makes sense. However, long term, you don't want to use any kind of light cav with Teutons just because of them not getting the upgrades. Let me change that back to the Teutons. I believe they only get, they only get scout cavalry. They don't even get light cav. So, not viable outside of feudal age. And let's see what I can see here. So I have not spotted him yet. He did spot me, but lost his scout in the process. Oh yeah, he did a better job scouting. And it looks like, okay, he's going out here with an archer. Okay. Let's come back. Running around here trying to find him. 24 to 25. He's going double archery range. Okay. And I guess why push in the deer or build a mill when you could just walk really far? Alright. And here we go. They do have loom. Let's see if I can get a kill. It's been a few days since I played this game. Get 1 kill. Trying to block with the other scout. Okay, I have to pull back. Alright. And he's getting some spears out now. And he does have an archer just scouting out my base. Just trying to see what's going on here. Coming back in here again. We'll try and get another villager pick. Funny, he needs to get this guy over here. Okay, he's down. This is the wounded villager. That's 3 down. Trying to pull an old sneaky here where you get the 1 scout that he's attacking away while you hit him from behind. There we go. Alright, cleaned up that spear. So not too bad, not too bad. Actually, between killing 3 villagers and just maintaining production on my TC, I have 8 villager lead, which is going to be very, very useful. And red scouting with a archer and getting bit by a wolf. Getting his blacksmith though, okay. It's just killing me how he's not milling the deer. I mean, I used to not mill the deer or push the deer in too, but that was whenever I was like 800 elo. This guy's been up at 1200 before, so interesting choice. And I'm getting my feudal buildings. Probably, yeah, I need to get a little bit more gold. Start thinking about going up to Castle Age here soon. And see, look, a mill. Much shorter distance. And interestingly enough, he's only got 1 villager on berries. Maybe it's because I killed 3 of them. Getting a market up. Still running around with my scouts, just trying to see what's going on. I want to see how many archers he has in here, actually. Oh, that's right. He did have a lot of archers. Decent amount of archers here for red. Going heavy on gold and wood. Only has 5 farmers and with a couple hunters and a couple guys on berries. Yeah, so 11 on food. And I'm on my way to Castle Age, 36% now. Still scouting around with these scouts. One thing that I've noticed that's helped me become a better player is keeping scouts out. Whether it's keeping your starting scout alive or creating another 1 or 2 just to like keep an eye on things, or outposts. You can do an outpost too, but you know those are easily destroyed. But anything that gives you better idea of map control and what's going on here and there. And yeah, that's not good. Especially because he added in 2 spears. Oof. Rip-a-roni to my scouts. So, I think I'm going to build a tower. Yeah, build a tower. And I'm like, come on, dude. I'm trying to go long swords here. You're going to have to come in here with all these archers while I'm on my way to castle. Very rude if you ask me. 1 spear goes down. Getting some damage on him for free though. I'm in Castle Age now, and I really need to secure this. Another thing about Teutons that it's funny. I loved it whenever I was younger, and you kind of stopped playing Teutons for a while. And same thing with like Goths. You kind of get away from certain civs because you want to play different ones. And one of the things I love about the Teutons is the being able to garrison extra villagers in your tower and castle and TC and all that sort of thing, and just being a more defensive civ when you're being raided. There's nothing worse than whenever you're getting raided and you garrison your villagers in a town center, and then there's still like 6 of them standing outside and they're getting slaughtered because the enemy's going to fight underneath your TC and kill you. Still has 13 archers over here. Let's go back to his point of view. He is on his way to Castle Age, up to 6%, and he's going to go for a full wall. All right. Got 2 barracks. Getting my blacksmith now. Really need to get more on food, honestly, looking at it. They say hindsight's 20/20. But so another thing, because there's plenty of things I struggle with. Another thing that I've noticed helps me win a lot more games is adding in siege earlier. I don't know what it is about lower elo players, myself included, but a lot of times we don't think to get siege out whenever we hit Castle Age. Obviously, it's situational. You don't want to create, siege without any military and then have, knights just wipe it out. But especially if you're up against archers, getting out siege quickly or being able to pressure TCs, pressure other buildings, getting that siege out is really important and will give you a big edge over your opponent. And I did get the longsword upgrade. So there we go. I haven't got all the full upgrades yet, but just right off the bat, we have 2 regular armor and 1 pierce armor as well. He is now in Castle Age, and my first Mangonel is out. And I do start to wall up this side. I wish I had started walling up a little bit sooner because of these archers right here. Villager count 35 to 42, so I have a 7 villager lead. He does have the KD lead. No, wait, he does not. Okay, he does not have the KD lead, but he might here in a second. Ooh. There goes 1 villager. There goes another villager. Not good. There goes the longswords. But thankfully I already had this tower preemptively, which is going to help. And I'm sending my Mangonels that I created. But this tower, it really helps cover both these wood lines to a degree, covers these farms. I wish I had clicked these guys a little bit better. Unfortunately, they get stuck in a wood line. Lost 1. He doesn't have ballistics, otherwise it could be a lot worse. Lost 2. And trying to get some shots in with a Mangonel. He's actually getting close to me, which makes it hard for me to be able to get a shot on him. Sending my longswords in now. He takes out 1 Mangonel just by doing that. I've got to get away so I can get the minimum range required. And there we go. Big shot though. Took out all those crossbows. That's a huge help. And you know, I lost two villagers, 2 or 3 villagers, and a long swordsman, but ultimately he lost his entire army. And villager count 34 to 40, so he did even it up a little bit. Got to be careful of friendly fire. Going heavy on stone here. He did add a second TC in as well, and now he's going into stable units, straight knights. Which knights versus infantry, or like the militia line, is usually a pretty good choice. These longswords though are pretty tanky. I did get another armor, so now it's 3 armor and 2 pierce armor. And I have another Mangonel. And I want to come forward and start applying some pressure here to these archery ranges and getting into his base. Adding in a monastery as well. These houses need to be completed. So many things that you don't notice necessarily when you're in game, and then afterwards you look at afterwards and you're like, oh man. And hopefully I don't kill my own guys here. Well, as I say that, I lose 1. Friendly fire is a thing, guys. Doesn't matter if the bullet or rock is coming from your side of the battlefield or the other side. You can definitely lose, as we see another one go down. Some people to friendly fire. Hey, here on my channel we showcase the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's plenty of ugly to be had. I hear a monk coming out. Okay. That'll help heal up some of these wounded swordsmen. There we go. You can attack a house, and they'll attack a barracks. Applying some pressure here. Right now, he's just content to build up his military numbers. He doesn't want to take a fight until he has plenty of them. But he can't really do anything. So the counter, to longswords a lot of times is, archer line, and he already got the crossbow upgrade, so it would just make sense to keep doing that. But with 2 archery ranges down, you're gonna have to create more or go into something else. And he did get his own siege workshop here. He does have a healthy number of knights. Let's see how many he has. Yeah, 12 knights with all the armor upgrades. I got a conversion there. Mangonel for Mangonel trade. Still have 2 Mangonels alive. And these longswordsmen trading pretty well against these knights. Adding in the barracks as well over here, so I don't have to walk away as far. And lost another Mangonel though. And a Mangonel trade. Okay. So he lost 2 Mangonels, I lost 3, but his entire army is mopped up. I did get a knight out of that. And still have the vast majority of my longswords as well. So all around, not a bad trade. And adding production buildings right here on the battlefield. He still has some villagers garrisoned as well. So we're forcing idle eco time, forcing a castle out of him over here, which really doesn't protect all that much. I mean, kind of this side, but not much. This side is still pretty exposed. And adding in a couple spears as well. Going to get the pikeman upgrade, so I have an added advantage against his knights as well. That castle goes up for him. Military, I have 21. He has 10. However, his units are a little more expensive, being knights. The KD is strongly in my favor, though some of my KD is friendly fire. Oof. 48 to 56, though, so it could be worse. Considering the fact he's been behind since I got those kills, could be worse. And adding in a forward siege workshop as well. I did try and come in here and get this, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I did try and come in here and get this Mangonel, at least push it back a little bit. And you know, it can be a little understated, but even doing something as simple as destroying enemy houses, if you got nothing else going on right now, it forces them to take villagers off of whatever they're doing, collecting resources, building something, whatever, and have to build a house. So it's helpful. Every little bit helps. And being a little too forward with his Scorpion there, almost loses it. Healthy amount of knights again, 10 knights. And they do have an attack upgrade now. And you go for another conversion. Do not get it. Still adding in more siege, more military. Ooh, big engagement here. Mangonel for Mangonel trade. He's got 3 Scorpions coming forward, though. It's applying a decent amount of damage on my guys. Oh, he takes out my monk. That's fine. I got a forward monastery now. And going back like that with his knights, he's going to leave his siege exposed. 1 Scorpion, 2 Scorpions. Oh, come on. It's... Oh! Could have had a 3rd Scorpion down. It was so close. Okay, just pulling back a little bit. Want to fight outside of the TC fire range. Tell me I get it. It's so close. Nice. Okay, got it. Got it and got away. Well, temporarily. He's going to go for a forward castle. So all this pressure is allowing me to boom safely at home. Still on 1 TC because I'm really prioritizing just getting economy and getting military. But he's had to build 2 castles now. 2 castles. And I got another priest out. Get another conversion. Cannot complain about that. And you know, the thing is okay, so you want to build a castle there? Well, you want to build a castle here. Okay, I'm not going to bother attacking there. You build a castle here. Okay, I'm not going to bother attacking there. I'm just going to keep moving around. I'm going to keep attacking you from different angles and putting pressure on you because you can't build castles everywhere. And if you do, it's going to hurt. Now, he makes a good decision here. It could be a risky decision sometimes, but if you decide, if you get the mobility, and he does, and I don't, to bring your military in to your opponent's base, it can be really useful sometimes for applying pressure and wrecking economy at home. Because really, I have a couple towers, excuse me, but I don't have really anything defensively. I'm trying to get another TC up over here. So good decision on his half. He knows that if I run home, it's going to take me a while to get there because I have infantry. And so he's putting some pressure, getting some kills, getting me off gold over here by using his knights. And I think I get this TC up. I lose a villager, lose a second villager, but it's up. It's up and it's safe, and I'm mostly walled here. And I'm going to try and, I think, seal this off. Yeah, seal this off. So now he's got to run through here, which is where I have some pikemen at. Allowing me to get some hits on him with my TC. Get some hits on him with my my pikes. So that's not a fight that he should really want to take. Yeah, you get a couple of villager kills, but you're losing your entire army for a couple villagers. So nicely done sealing that off, if I say so myself. That's me pat myself on the back. Hey, I'm the most humblest guy I know, guys. No, but occasionally if something looks good, you know, oh, it was well done, I'm going to say it, even if it was just me that did it. Oh, man. Anyway, so I still have the vast majority of my military over here. Trying to think about where I want to go next. I think I'm also thinking about going up to Imp. Okay, yeah, I'm in Imp now, actually. Did not realize I'd already hit that. So now moving around to the flank here, I'm also thinking about maybe getting a forward castle at some point. Getting some lumber camps out of here. I need to get these pikes away from here so I can, yeah, access that goal a little bit better. There we go. Fabulous. We'll speed it up a little bit here. Okay, yes. So I did go for a castle on the side here. And I set a whole whopping one villager because that's all you need, right? There's no chance of it being a doubt castle, right? Okay, there we go. I did send some more villagers. And I did get the two-handed swordsman upgrade as well. I mean, that's a healthy amount of stats. 14 attack, 5 regular armor, 3 pierce armor. That's a pretty strong, tanky infantry unit. And I have a castle up here. Getting a trebuchet out. I want to start putting pressure on him. And he's actually going into light cav, which is good against siege. But I'm going to be keeping my siege for the most part under the castle fire. So, and also scouting with the converted knight that I took. Putting pressure on his market as well. That way, you know, people don't realize this. Well, some of them do. But taking out your opponent's market, especially whenever you're applying pressure, can be really big. And the reason why is because a lot of times when you're under pressure, your economy gets misbalanced, and then next thing you know, you have tons of wood and no food, or tons of food and no wood, and you know, and you have to use that market to get what you need. Well, what are you going to do when your market's down and you don't realize it's down, and then you're like frantically trying to get some, you know, of a certain resource, and you don't got it, and then you're like, man, I don't have a market. Where did my market go? Well, somebody took it out. So, just something to think about. Prioritizing your enemy's market is a good thing. And I have a couple trebs out here now. And I don't understand really this choice here behind the scorpions. I feel like maybe Mangonels into onagers would be the better choice here against the infantry. But who knows? Maybe if you get enough of the scorpions and get the heavy scorpion upgrade. But then, even then, you still need a meat shield really to protect it. And light cav is not really the best meat shield versus you know, pikes and two-handed swordsmen. TC goes down. This market's going to go down soon. Taking some gold over here by building a forward TC. And he's really expanding up here. I wish I had a little bit more eyes on the corner of the map here. It's not something I really expected him to do, but you have to expect the unexpected, right? You have to constantly be checking out the different corners of the map to see where he might be expanding to. Because honestly, he could be in any of these corners. Yeah, he expanded up north, closer to my base. Taking out his production buildings. I actually lose a trub there. And I got the champion upgrade. So now my guys, currently, I think there's still a couple more upgrades I can get. But 15 attack, 5 armor, and 3 pierce armor. Not bad. Not bad at all. And he did get the Hussar upgrade. He's going to come in here and go for this Mangonel. And those scorpions are actually doing a pretty decent amount of damage, not going to lie. But these pikes, they still have 5 regular armor and 4 pierce armor, so they're pretty tanky as well. Deciding to drop another castle here. I'm going to take the stone after I get that castle going. And he added in a priest of his own. I don't really understand that because, you know, converting a champion's not that big of a deal, and you want to heal your hussars maybe? I don't know. I don't know about that, but okay. Sending villagers forward. Going to build a stable. Alright. Okay, castle goes down. Now he did dive in here, but he didn't prioritize getting the monks or getting the trebs, so they kind of just got thrown away. Does have a treb there. Villager count 66 to 86. Sending a couple hussars forward. Oh, yeah, that's right. He castle drops me. Okay, so we got a castle coming up here. Respond a little bit late, but sending a lot of villagers to it. Really don't want pressure coming into my economy in the form of a castle here. And he started earlier, but I have more on it. It's going to be a close one. Seconds. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Getting a villager kill, actually. Oh, he gets one too. We're trading villager kills, people. Oh, another one. So both castles go up. And wow, that's a decent amount of stables. I don't think I remember seeing that. That's a lot of stables. So props to him for fighting on. He added in a lot of farms. The Berbers, you know, they get cheaper stable units, but usually you use that for camels or knights, not necessarily hussars. But you know, do what you got to do. Let's see. Is he running out of wood? Kind of is low on wood. Yeah. Farmer's idle because he's running out of wood here. Adding, oh, well, that's also why he's running out of wood. That's a ton of houses. And what did I say? What did I say about destroying houses? Look at that. He's actually pop capped. He's only got 55 housing space. And he had to build another market. See? I destroyed the other market. He had to build another market. So, taking out your opponent's markets, taking out your opponent's production buildings, taking out my trebs, that's not a good thing. And my priests. Ouch. But at this point in the game, it really doesn't matter that much. But taking out things like that have a bigger impact than you might realize, because if they can't produce anything because they're housed, well, that's no bueno. You know, you're going to win because they can't keep on making units. And I did get a treb up over here. Thankfully, I got a house wall that seals off these hussars from getting to it. He's got a treb over here as well. We're going to have to hop out and fix this thing pretty quick. But his economy's in shambles. Despite the pressure he's putting on me, he's completely sealed off. Look at it. There's no way to escape at this point. He's in this tiny little corner of a map. Limited resources. Did get some houses up so he can finally build some units. But, and the castle goes down. Running in here with some hussars actually gets a kill. And they have pretty good stats on pretty good armor on these hussars, so they're doing all right. Getting some kills here, and trying to run in here. Actually took out a house. Nice, took out a house coming in with a big hussar raid. But he really has no economy. I don't think he even has a TC at this point. So this is it. This is the last stand. He says, "Laugh out loud, GG." Oh man, I feel like people typically expect Teutons to either go for you know, knights usually, even though they're slower, and then maybe you might do Teutonic knights. It's kind of situational. Not a lot of people expect you to open with long swords in siege, at least not in my experience. So I felt like that might have taken him a little bit off guard, and then adding in some pikes versus the stable units, and it was pretty good. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know that I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit different of a game. So anyway, we'll catch you guys later.